I've been with NAMSA just over 5 years. Prior to NAMSA, I was head of the UK notified body SGS and spent around 10 years in the notified body sector. So in that time, I was on notified body committees, involved with much of the discussion with the development of the MDR. We know that notified bodies are much more granular in their approach than they have been in the past. And for those high-risk devices, those Class 3 devices, there was a lot of detail already present in the technical documentation. And that's still quite a leap for those devices to get to MDR compliance. But for those lower risk devices, so those Class 2A and 2Bs, perhaps where there wasn't even any clinical data available on those devices, it's a much bigger stretch to get to the level the MDR expects. And we've seen a number of clients being really challenged in this area, and we've worked with them to come up with the best strategies to try and address the gaps, whether it's PMCF or otherwise, to increase the chances of successful CE certification. So manufacturers need to provide a clear and descriptive intended uses for the device so that the notified body can understand what data has been gathered to demonstrate both safety and performance, and also to ensure the classification is correct. The clinical benefits need to be clearly defined and supported, and also the safety and performance objectives. When thinking about your claims, they have to be measurable with relevant and precise parameters and clinical endpoints based on your own devices. Targeted patient populations need to be consistent with all the indications and contraindications you make for your device. Within your CER, you need to ensure that the device's principle of action are clearly defined and detailed. So at NAMSA, we see a wide range of feedback from many different notified bodies. And here are some examples that are worth bearing in mind for your own submissions. So it's important that you remember to provide clear and descriptive intended uses for your device in order to be able to ensure that suitable evidence is gathered to demonstrate safety and performance, and also to ensure the classification is correct. Your clinical benefits need to be clearly defined and supported, and also you need to have clear safety and performance objectives. Your claims need to be measurable with relevant and precise parameters and clinical endpoints based on your own device. The target population for your device needs to be consistent for all indications and contraindications. Within your CER, you need to detail the principles of action of your device. It's important to ensure that your clinical data covers all your variants and all indications. You need to ensure that you list all applicable standards within your CER. Quantitative parameters are required to evaluate benefits and performances based on the state of the art. Your state-of-the-art research protocol has to be fully detailed and must include adverse events on equivalent or similar devices. The determination of residual risks and side effects should be discussed and documented in your CER. One feature we found consistently across notified bodies is an increased scrutiny on the clinical evaluation team, assessing relevant medical expertise. As we know, some of our deliverables are very much interrelated, so you need to ensure that your CER update frequency is similarly linked to your PSUR update frequency. In the same way that the Commission has focused on the competency of notified body assessors, notified body assessors are now focusing on the competency of the individuals generating data for CE marking. So we see a focus on the competence of the authors of CERs. We also see now for the biological evaluation a focus on the level of knowledge and experience of the authors of those biological evaluation documents. So NAMSA is in a strong position here because we have individuals with a great deal of experience and knowledge in this area. We have a number of qualifications of both the European Register of Toxicologists, but also the American diplomat of the American Board of Toxicology. So NAMSA's regulatory experts work closely with the medical writers who are drafting the CERs, and I think we've developed over 1,000 CERs now, and we're very familiar with that change of direction from the MDD to the MDR and the increased expectations that we see. So you need to be putting that extra effort in the quality of your technical documentation. It's important to think like the notified body assessor, and that's how NAMSA can assist, because we have lots of ex-notified body assessors. So if you think they're looking for the holes, you can think about, well, how do I fill those holes as best as I can? and NAMSA can support you in that process.